Hey guys, I'm Scott from ZOMGPlay, and today I'll be demonstrating how to transfer over all of your games, saves, Menys, and any other content from your 3DS to your newly purchased 3DS XL. So if you sit back and watch the video, as well as read the description in the YouTube description, you'll be able to see what we do. So to start off with, we're going to the settings menu on the 3DS console, as well as on the 3DS XL console. And then move on to other settings. And on the system transfer, which is on the third tab of the other settings menu. Now, in order to perform the system transfer, both consoles will need to be up to date and able to connect to the internet. So Wi-Fi access is needed. So as you can see there, it's connecting to the internet. On the 3DS console, you want to transfer between two 3DS consoles. So in this case, it would be the 3DS and the 3DS XL. And if you read the instructions carefully, it'll explain what the transfer will do, as well as what it won't do. So if you just agree to that, we can move on. And as you can see, this particular console, or any console, can only perform the system transfer 5 times. So on the 3DS console, you want to choose the send from this system. And then the opposite 3DS console, in this case the 3DS XL, you'll need to select the receiving console. So yet again, back to system transfer, wait for it to connect to the internet and confirm. Which is always a slow and painful process. So yet again, the same terms and conditions, just agree to them, click next on this bit, well yes on this bit here, and then obviously click on the receive from a 3DS system. So back on here, we'd click my username, which is Emma185. And then you have to go back to the 3DS XL and click yes to say that you want to receive content from that system. And then even more instructions about what it will contain and what it will transfer. So as we already know, it'll transfer your games, your game saves, pictures, videos, any Menys you've created, and any purchases you've made on the eShop. Basically, everything will be transferred over onto your new 3DS console. And obviously at the bottom it says once transfer has been confirmed, you cannot undo it, and all the data stored on the 3DS console will be deleted. So once you've agreed to all those, just press next and the transfer process will begin. Which were entertained by some, I believe, Pikmin moving across the screen, transferring the content across. So yeah, again, more instructions. It's best to be aware that you should read these instructions rather than skip and next like I usually do. And to start the transfer, just click start. And basically what the transfer does is it transfers any system data and game data and transfers and purchases from the console to the SD memory card. And then what you need to do is take the SD memory card out of your 3DS console and stick it into your 3DS XL console once it's finished. And then once you've completed the transfer as a whole, you'll want to put your SD memory card into the computer and transfer data across onto a bigger SD card if you want to. Because obviously the 3DS XL comes with a 4GB memory card, as opposed to the 3DS, which only came with a 2 gig memory card. So the message there was just saying that any data stored on the SD card would be deleted. And this just is in preparation for receiving the new content. So as you can see now, it's transferring content from the 3DS console to the 3DS XL. But what it actually does is transfer it digitally across the internet, so that all of your purchases are stored on your new console, so you can actually use them. So this can be, depending on how many games you've got, it can be a lengthy process. So it's probably just best to sit back and wait and carefully watch it and see what happens. So once the transfer process has been completed, you'll need to take the SD card from the 3DS console and pop it into the 3DS XL. And at this point, what it'll do is it'll transfer the licenses and confirmation from the SD card to the system memory, so that it'll allow you to play any games or re-download any purchases you've made from the Nintendo eShop. And once this small process has been completed, the console will restart and you'll be able to use the 3DS XL as you would normally, with all your content intact. So as you can see, now the console's restarted. We are here at the 3DS XL system menu, and all of the content that I had originally downloaded onto my 3DS is now here and are usable on the 3DS XL. So yeah, that was a quick overview of the transfer process, and if you get stuck, follow the instructions in the description.